must have a negative PCR test. On average, in Europe, if you should enter a lab, not even the airport, to do a PCR test, you are looking at average 100 euros. So what do we do in Ghana, or how do we look at it? So we sat down and looked at a solution we had. Now, there is a good reason why a PCR test is the most preferred, or one of the gold standard. It's because it tells you that the virus is present. And not only that, but for academic purposes, it can give you some parts of the virus that over time, when you put together, you can have what we refer to as a complete genome, which is the whole map of the virus. Here at the airport, forgive me, it's not about academic research. We are interested in two things. The test must be very specific and sensitive, which means it must tell us that this guy has the virus, he has it. And if the test says, really, you have no risk, to Ghanaians. And we got a solution that was checked at Noguchi, checked with FDA, checked with Ghana Standards Board, and came out with a specificity and sensitivity rate of between 99 to 100%. Now, secondly, we also were interested very much in the time, the turnaround time, how long it takes to get the results. And this figure to others around, and what you would have spent. Let me take my time to speak about this. Before this evening, we had evacuation special flights coming to Ghana. Any passenger who got on board actually paid for 2 weeks of hotel bills before coming to Ghana. And if paying an average of, let's say, even $70 a night, to multiply $70 by 14 days, the cost far overwhelms what you charge for, the test we are doing right now. Secondly, if we should keep you here for 6 hours, for the other test regimes that take 6 hours, it takes a risk of congestion at the airport, which in itself will serve as an incubation chamber for possibly a sharing of the virus amongst passengers. So the factors is that it is actually prudent to go with this regime. Thirdly, remember that when Ghana first quarantined travelers in this country, and we picked over 100 and so cases, we actually tested them twice. And each PCR test we did cost an average $70 to $100. So Ghana spent close to $200, one person, to make sure that the virus is not brought to Ghanaians. And so for the passenger pay $150, which is less than what we paid, and we fare them as well. I think it is a very good bargaining. If you come to Ghana, we as a government are interested in you coming, but we don't want you to come here with a virus. And the way, nothing is more expensive than getting a virus, because it can lead to a critical illness and lead to death as well. And when we start comparing the prices, I believe you agree that to pay $150 and keep Ghanaians safe, it is worth doing, and it's going to be borne by the passenger. I think this is important. The cost is going to be borne by the passenger, not the state, not the taxpayer. And I believe after all the considerations, we were good to go. We even are looking at, out of the 150, some percentage coming to Ghana Airport Company Limited, the civil aviation, the port health, because this involves a lot of logistics accumulation and all that. So I am convinced that it's worth it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. I'll take the overflow question first. in putting the solution in place, we looked at the maximum number of passengers that we can receive here within a period of time, and we use 1.5 hours. And the total number of passengers based on the airlines that could come here and the maximum capacity of the airlines, calculate 1,200 passengers. So our challenge was to put in place a solution that could offer the convenience that I discussed before. That is, people should get in, return with a very accurate system so that they can visit the airport to encourage people to come to Ghana to drive our economy. It was not an easy task. But let's do the numbers here. In the solution that you'll see in the future, we have 70 sample taking position. So meaning there will be 70 people in booths, 90 designed, built, on the upper arrival concourse. 30 seconds. 30 seconds means every minute, one station can take 2 samples. So 2 samples times 70 stations, 100 minutes. So 140 times 60 minutes. Way beyond the 200 people. Are you following? Are you following?